Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So, Sagittarius, this is just a bonus reading that I wanted to do for the end of the month. I don't have any particular layout that I'm using. Spirit has said in a couple of them just do past, present, and future, but it's just really up for grabs. It's what's the channel messages are, but there's no real strict agenda to the layout. I'm going to be taking one from the Heart Path Oracle cards for you and using the Radiant Wilds Tarot. So I hope you are doing well, Sagittarius. It's a little, right away. It's a little bit of, oh, it's very overcast today, so hopefully the lighting is okay. So the card you got says Heart Mind, Transformative Space. You make a difference. Heart Mind, Transformative Space. You make a difference. You know, it's crazy. I love these cards because they're so surreal. There's so much going on in all of them. Well, first of all, who the heck is that? This is a little creepy. What is that? Their eyes are closed, but they clearly have like a third eye action going on there. I don't like that energy. That seems a little strange to me. Like right off the bat, it's probably not the intention of the card, but it doesn't matter because I'm reading intuitively. Right off the bat, it's as though someone is watching very closely something that you're a part of right now, that you're doing, and they just look like a little bit of a nosy Nelly. Like they want to, you know, kind of figure out what you're up to, what you're doing. You know, I don't know if it's to use something against you, but it seems a little strange. Also because it's like if they're a regular sized person and they're like crouching down and like it's kind of a hiding energy. Could be representing you kind of hiding from what's going on back here, but I don't read that. This is Sagittarius right here, just all the action and vitality and things looking like blood vessels and arteries and just lots happening. This feels like Sagittarius. I don't know what that person is. Maybe we'll find out. I'm going to ask Spirit specifically about who that is in your life. But this here, this particular kind of door reminds me of a classroom door. So we can see even the anatomical heart right here. And it's almost like this portal, this window is just like accentuating these valves on this side. What a bizarre image. I don't want to be remiss in neglecting this corner, the cosmos over here. And then, you know, let's just throw in some bunny rabbits because, you know, what are we pulling out of the hat is what they just said, what Spirit just said. And then this circle here highlighting a relationship perhaps. So lots to unpack with that, but the key is you make a difference, and isn't that the truth? I have Sagittarius in my rising, so I have a very strong affinity for Saggies. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, but I'll pull more if I feel like I want to. Right off the bat, I'm going to ask Spirit who this person is. Who is that person, Spirit? 1 card. Who is that person? The King of Cups. That was pretty clear. So not a terrible person. It wasn't like the devil or anything. King of Cups could be a Scorpio in your life. Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but somebody who is actually very... Okay, now they're giving it to me. And they're like, calm down, honey, calm down. King of Cups is somebody who has a emotional intelligence and emotional maturity about them. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve, but they have access to their emotions. They're not closed off to their emotions. They're the kind of person, it's a divine masculine energy. Doesn't have to describe a man though. But somebody who is a little bit of a take charge person, but they're also very loving towards others, and they show that love through action. So, oh gosh, Spirit is showing me a very, very funny, well, it will probably be funny to some of you, but a reference to the movie Twilight, which is one of my favorites because it's so awful and wonderful and I love it. And that story is about twin flames. But anyway, it's like a reference. It could be a reference to twin flames. Anyway, I love it. I love everything about Twilight. I love how bad it is. I love it. And but there's a scene where Bella's father changes. He doesn't kind of ask her, but he takes the car that he bought her and he changes the tires on it. He puts snow tires on her car. And they're not really touchy-feely, you know, her and her father. They don't talk that much. They're both very introverted and quiet. But he says, Bella, you know, I put snow tires on your car. It's getting cold, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, wow, thanks. Awesome. But it's his way of loving her. It's his way of showing love. He does something to show love to her. So he doesn't have to say it, but you can feel it. So this is the King of Cups. It's this kind of person that just anticipates need. This is what I just heard, anticipates need. So this is actually a very nice energy, so I kind of feel bad for like calling them a creeper. But they look a little creepy over here. They're still a little creepy, Spirit. This could be a father figure to you or somebody, you know, a parent or an older sibling or somebody looking at this action right here, and maybe they are a little bit afraid of it. Maybe they don't know, maybe they're the ones kind of used to being in the space of feelings and emotions, and literally you are becoming your heart. There could be bleeding heart. Interesting. Are you a bleeding heart, Sagittarius? Okay, well, you know, we don't have to go that extreme yet, but perhaps you are the one wearing your heart on your sleeve at this time. Perhaps there's something that's really so passionate to you right now. It could be a cause or a creative interest or a partner or something that is just making you feel invigorated and alive, like your heart is pumping. You're determined. You're determined to see something through, to transform something. So I am really preoccupied by the fact that this, in a way, the realistic depiction of this door is the most off-putting thing about the image, because everything else is so surreal. And then you just have a big wooden door, a clunky door, right? That's obviously purposeful. Are you opening that door to something, or are you closing the door to something? I feel like it's an opening. Let's pull some tarot. How is Sagittarius making a difference, Spirit? How is Sagittarius making a difference? Let's pull some cards, pull some cards. Okay, that's it. So I have 7 cards out here. We're going to be a little loosey-goosey about things because it's what I feel like I need to do. 3 major arcana right off the bat. It's a lot. First card you got is 8 of Wands. So starting off in the fire energy, which is your element, 8 of Wands talks about, well, bending over backwards. Perhaps you have been bending over backwards, but I'm looking at this really dynamic sun energy. It feels like this. It feels just like an explosion of activity. The 8 of Wands talks about fast action, fast communication, a determination. It's almost like I see the Sagittarian archer, right, pulling back that bow. But once that bow is released, you can't stop it. The motion has already started. And I feel as though that's what's happening here. Whatever point that I'm reaching you, and this message is timeless, so this could be a year from when I record it, but at whatever point you're in your life right now, it's like you just released that bow and the action has started. You've put yourself out there, is what Spirit wanted me to say. You put yourself out there and now you can't take it back. And I don't think that you want to, but you can't, even if you wanted to. The 9 of Cups. I have 2 9s here. 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 9 9. Which makes me think of the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine. One of the cast members just passed away. Spirit is making me think about that right now for some reason. That, you know, whenever we watch television, sometimes we watch television and these characters can be become so ingrained in who we are that we feel like we know them. And yes, they're being played by actors, but if the actors are good at what they do, they bring those characters to life for us. And what's great about the best protagonists in television is that piece of them that allows you to not only identify with that character, but also to see everything redeeming in them when they make a mistake. I don't know why Spirit wants me to say it like that, but that show is all about, I mean, it's a confederacy of dunces. It's about a bunch of New York cops, that show, that they just are, all of them are ridiculous. All of them. But the actor that passed away, Andre Braugher, he played like the chief. And he was absolutely stoic. He barely ever smiled, and if he smiled, you had to be scared, because why was he smiling? But for somebody so stoic, one of the most beloved characters on that show. So there's something here where a lot of the times it's like we put up a facade of stoicism, of control. We have to be in control, when really behind closed doors there's this vitality that is just begging to come to life and to come to the surface. So with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Swords, these two cards kind of blade each other out. 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. It's so funny because this reminds me of not a window but a mirror. Mirror, wow, okay, they just said you are someone's wish fulfillment. That's really beautiful. I feel like that was a message for me too. Hard to reconcile that sometimes. Sag, you are somebody's wish fulfillment, because I saw this as a mirror. And if you're looking in this mirror, what is being reflected back at you is the sky, is this most beautiful, boundless space of imagination and wonder. That's the gift. You are the gift. That's your gift of being you. Nine of Swords, though. This is nightmare energy, so it's very bizarre. It doesn't look like a nightmare in this card, though. It kind of looks like a Nefertiti kind of action. Got this energy here, like a globe type thing, or a moon. The snake is always representing kind of wisdom. Between crystals, which is talking about frequency, highly ordered vibration, construction. There's a lot of intelligence. There's so much intelligence in this card. It is a swords card, so we're talking about air energy, but like the highly ordered, the intelligence here, and like, well, this is interesting too. 1, 2, 3 here, right? Pyramid shapes, lots of references to intelligence. Typically, the Nine of Swords talks about nightmare. Honestly, I don't see nightmare anywhere in this card. I see a fuss and a muss is what they just said to me. In the head space, I see a lot of things swirling around. Some people are afraid of snakes and some people love them, and it's all in a matter of your perspective on things. Oh, I just want to point this out. Remember the Knight of Cups from the beginning? It's almost like, look at that. What? What's happening there? Sorry, I just have to take a moment with this and like figure out what's happening there. It's almost like this is what you're projecting out into the world, and the King of Cups is there to receive. You know, if we started with You Make a Difference, there could be a message. You could be, maybe you have your own YouTube channel. There could be a message that you're broadcasting right now. Somebody is receiving very willingly, very openly. There's something about it that feels like nothing looks like nightmare in this card, but I keep saying the word. So I feel like I have to say the word, you know, that whatever is being broadcast, it's almost like this, right? It's almost like there's something that you're putting out into the world where you are the gift and your gift is being projected. But before it reaches this King of Cups, it kind of filters through this nightmare energy. It filters through something that is less than ideal. And I kind of always, it's kind of in a way like trying to traverse this terrain. Like how, you know what this reminds me of? Did you ever see the movie The Princess Bride? It reminds me of the swamp. If you've never seen The Princess Bride, please see that movie. It's a swashbuckling cult classic, and it's so awesome, and I would say family friendly for like 12 and up, 10 and up. But it's about true love, giants. What is the line? True love, giants. an evil prince, etc., etc. But there's a part in that film where the two lovers have to go through this fire swamp. It's literally called the fire swamp. And they have to contend with all sorts of beasts and quicksand and all these strange obstacles, just in the effort to be together. Whatever message that your love, your reputation, your personification is sending out into the world right now, Spirit is saying, just be sure. Okay, now they're bringing up Mercury retrograde, and I have, for Mercury retrograde, I have a prehnite crystal. Prehnite is supposed to help with miscommunication during Mercury retrograde. They're telling me that you have to be very mindful of the fact that whatever it is, however your goodness is being projected out into the world right now, that it's going through some kind of filtration system. And I don't want you to be paranoid or anything, but just be mindful of how the message is coming across to others. Right, and this is definitely a message for me too. Like during the past couple of readings, I'm finding myself slowing down when I talk and just making sure that I'm saying exactly what it is that I want to say so that the message comes across. You have the Hierophant here. This is Major Arcana number 5, the first of a few Major Arcana coming up. This is a communion with the spiritual, with the divine, with a representation or a personification of the divine. So, yes, it could be a sacred text. It could also be a person, a priest, a pastor, a rabbi, a monk, a spiritual leader, a life coach, somebody who you look up to, somebody who you respect, that they're on the earthly plane, but they have this beautiful resonance. The word is resonance that's coming through with spirit, and it's beautiful, showing this beautiful green heart chakra energy. So whoever this person is to you, they have like just a heart of gold, just like really good heart. And you could be looking to them, or to some spiritual teachings, or to some text that makes you feel spiritual. It could be a book of poetry, I just heard. It could be something like that, where it brings out the spiritual in you. And you could be referencing that right now, and it could be like causing you to feel closer and more connected to spirit. With the Tower here, it's really interesting. Tower energy is Aries / Scorpio. Tower, you can see this kind of lightning bolt from the heavens. When the Tower card, Major Arcana number 16, shows up in the upright, kind of represents something that is crumbling. So there could be a situation in your life that is truly, I just heard hellscape. I don't really use words like that. There's something that feels like a hellscape, and the tower is crumbling and you're kind of letting it crumble. Or it's crumbling independently of you. I mean, a lot of the world events right now, even like global warming and everything, like, and this can be interpreted, this image can be interpreted in many, many ways. However, I do want to point out something, right? Remember I pointed out that beautiful green energy? Look at that. There is an inkling of the heart coming through to cool these energies. What does that even mean? Right? Heart, mind, transformative space, you make a difference. There could be something in your life right now where you think change is incremental and you just feel like you have no control, or you feel like the part that you play is not a significant one. Well, Spirit is specifically saying to me it is significant enough here, but it's coming in. Whatever it is that you're broadcasting right now, somebody is receiving. Somebody is receiving it. It could be going through this filter, right? But somebody is receiving it and taking it to heart. King of Cups, taking it to heart. So it's just like, it's like this channel, right? Like, I don't know, maybe 3 people watched the whole reading. I don't know if anybody's watching the entire readings, but if I just make one difference in somebody's day or in somebody's life, and that makes it worth it, right? Because you change yourself, you change the world. You change one person, you change the world. Because just because I may be only reaching one person, what if I reach the one person that's going to impact 100 lives that day? All those 100 lives have hundreds of family members, and so on and so forth. So if there's some feeling in you right now that just like you're feeling kind of hopeless, helpless, like you don't have enough, like what do I have to give? What do I have to offer? I mean, you have everything. You have your heart. You literally have your heart to offer. That's the most sacred thing you could offer somebody, isn't it? The final major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, good fortune, expansion. This is Jupiter energy, number 10. Divine timing. It's almost like Spirit is saying, like, here we end with the 3 of Cups. This one came after this, right? So it's almost like where there was one, there is now a soul tribe. Oh, that's just like what I said. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I'm a little slow today. It's raining outside. I'm a little slow. Right? You affect one person, you can affect an entire soul tribe, and then that soul tribe can affect their soul tribes, and then affect the world. This is a card of celebration. So how is it? Can you explain? We went from this kind of hellscape to this place of celebration. Because we have to celebrate the small things, not just the large victories, but the small ones too. That's what makes being human something that can be so rewarding. Our connections and our socialization with other people. People that resonate at the frequency that we do, that want the best in each other in the world. You don't think that you have enough influence? You do. It's a direct correlation. See this? It's direct. And that's your reading, Sagittarius. That is a beautiful reading. I mean, the takeaway though, the biggest takeaway besides you make a difference is the fact that you want to be really, really particular about the way that you communicate your message at this time. In the time that I am recording this, it is Mercury retrograde. In the time that you watch this, it doesn't have to be, but Spirit is saying that the message still remains the same. Be careful with your words. Be kind with your words. Kinder with your action. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. I am offering a limited time 2024 personal forecast reading. If you'd like to sign up for one of those, please use the link to my donation and services page in my YouTube channel. Thank you, Sagittarius.